Hey everybody, I am back at your request. You wanted to take a look at these two people to see if they was in a relationship, if they're having sex together, if they did anything to harm their beloved, and see the outcome to see where they're going. Well, I can tell you right now, so much pain, there's so much pain, so much sadness, confusion going on with both of them. They are they need each other right now. Um, may not be the healthiest, but they are family. They have a sense of family type feel, or this bond, or this loyalty. And this just could have happened with the death of Naya. This could just happen right then, but I just feel like they have nobody else, or they have no one else they desire to connect to. I do feel that as far as sexual relationship, I definitely feel like they had sex before. We definitely got this Knight of Wands here letting us know that, yeah, it's happening. They knew that though. I don't think this is planned. I don't know if that helps you with your feelings or not, but no, it's not planned. I don't think it's any love here. I don't think they are in love. I just think that this happened. I don't think that is anything more. I don't have them connected to each other. I don't have them in a twin flame or soulmate connection. I don't have them connected in any kind of way, but in the midst of this sorrow and this fleshly pleasure. So yeah, they definitely had some sexual experiences here. I pulled the oracle for them and it was improving health, so that makes sense. They need to heal. They need to grieve. And right now, they're just grieving. They haven't even made it to the healing process. They are just trying to stay alive and stay conscious right now. I got the Ace of Cups here. They both desire love. They both need to love themselves. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda type feeling going on. I think they have some regret here. I don't think that they took her very seriously and some of her complaints and some of her issues. I got some regret here from the both of them. They have a shared experience. They both share that they regret something that they could have done for her or wanting to do for her. They both feel some type of guilt that they could have did more. They both feel like giving up and losing hope in life. Period. This really affected them in a big way. So they are grieving, and in the midst of this grievement, there's an entanglement. This is not even something I believe that even when they complete the sexual experience, they both promise to never do that, to do it again. Like, we shouldn't be doing this. We should never do this. Let's not do this again. But if you have sex a few more times, then you're going to feel that that is justified. Like, we should do this. We both hurting. We both need each other. So that's a problem too. So it's a lot of self-care, awakening, so much love that they need. They need to love themselves. They need to find some type of center in the midst of it all. They are needing to be refueled, needing to be recharged. They need some serious medicine. Yeah, I feel depression and sadness on both, but I feel it heavier on his side. I really, really do. Very heavy. And she has this lost feeling. I don't have them making any movements anytime soon on improving their health. They're going to be in this situation for a minute. Let's see how long they're going to connect like this. See if we can get a timing. Yeah, probably about another 7 months of this type of entanglement. Yeah, probably about another 7 months. They lost control. They lost control of themselves. They sure have. They lost control of themselves. So much shame, so much grief, and a pinch of anger at themselves and at her for not being here anymore. Overall, this oracle says they need to improve their health. They need to focus on self-love. They need to get their power and strength back. But with this Knight of Swords in reverse, I don't see that happening anytime too soon. I do have yes for a sexual experience, um, needing to pleasure themselves physically, and I have them regretting it and not even talking to each other afterwards. This could have been maybe a 2 to 3 time thing, and with this Eight of Wands in reverse, they're not even speaking about it. So it's like the experience does not exist to them in a day-to-day living. It feels like they give themselves an excuse, um, to close the curtain on that when they're living in reality. I wish I can just show you on a movie screen on how this could have happened. Number one, I don't feel like neither one of them had a good relationship with her. That's my number one thing. I believe that there are some things that happened when she was alive that she didn't have a great relationship with either one of them. And I think that's where the shame and guilt comes in at. And I also believe that they were frenemies or in connection with each other before her death. I believe that they talked about her together. I believe they always gossip about her. I believe they always had a connection about she's doing this. I hope she doesn't do that. And I think they always shared their complaints to each other about her. And so when that death came, it broke them down, but they were already mentally connected. It's not a surprise that they would connect in this way a little bit more, but they had to get selfish to have the sexual experience. And as soon as the sexual experience happens here with this yes, it goes from yes to Eight of Wands no. Almost like we have it and we don't communicate it. We have it in the fantasy world, but in reality it doesn't exist. You also wanted to know if they did anything to hurt or harm her. And my answer is no. Physically, no. I have a no for that. But they harmed her by not working with her. I got both of them working against her and not being available. And they could have just been tired. But I have them harming her by working against her, causing burdens, not being in unity with her. They disagreed about a lot of things that she was dealing with. Let me see why they disagree with her so much, because just as much as they love her, just as much as they disagree with her. And they talked about it on a regular. So let's see. Why? It's something that happened. And this could be him, because I have him more depressed than the sister. There's some type of situation that happened in the past. And it could be the breakup. Yeah, here it goes, Gemini. There it goes. Okay. So this is what the disagreement is all about. I think her name is Naya or Naya Rivera. I don't remember it exactly. But here we go. So they broke up. And when they broke up, even his sister felt like they shouldn't. Like, you were so good to her. She couldn't see it. She needed you. She needed to be with you. You were good for her. You brought happiness for her. I saw you bend over backwards to be with her. And she shouldn't walk away. That's kind of like how this feels. She, I think her sister kind of feels like she should have did everything it takes to stay with you, because when I ask why are they angry at her or what is their thing with her, and it's about this tower, and this lovers in reverse. They share this one big breakup, and that's why they frustrated about her. They didn't understand why things had to come down and why she was a part of tearing it down. Why she didn't want to marry. Why she didn't want to be with him. Maybe that's something we need to know. I have her not wanting to be with him. Let me find out. Because I have the sister rooting for him and saying that he. See, that's that thing. It's almost like the sister looked in on their relationship and was like, man, he's not. He is a good dude and he shouldn't be with her. She is not seeing how good he is for her. That bothered her. Let me see. What was with their relationship? Yeah, see, now when it comes to their relationship that they had, Naya Rivera and him, I just have her on this balloon. I got her holding on to the helium balloon, being swift away or just being. She was rising above him. She was meant to be away from him, and their relationship just couldn't work because she wasn't grounded. Her feet was not to the ground. She was always on this slow takeoff. From the time she was born to the time that to before she died, she's always been on this lift off, take off. Nobody can pull her down. Nobody can make her grounded. Nobody can get her centered. No one can make her stay on earth. It's just wasn't a part of her life. I don't have her hating him. I don't have their relationship as a war. I just have it as she just needed to float away. She had to float away. She was meant to float away. And that sister felt like that wasn't right because he was doing great. Now let's see how the sister feels about him. And automatically, she feels like she needs to find love elsewhere. She needs to find love, a life, happiness. She needs to look for her blessing and reward and gift of life somewhere else. She already knows that he is not the person that she's going to spend the rest of her days with or even live with. She's not with him to be with him. This is not about a real relationship. This is not about a real connection. This is about her getting what she needs to move away from him. She's looking for something else to come in. She's waiting for the big escape. She's waiting until her ships come in. This is just a middle place. This is just a little help, a little TLC to get on her way. And that's a part of her journey. This is the judgment. No matter how much she tries to fight against the effort of moving away, it's meant for her to move away. She has to move away from him. She has to leave him. She has to depart. She's not meant to stay with him and dwell with him, no matter how much she fight against it. No matter how much self-pleasure comes out of it, she has to leave him. Let's find out why. It's a fairy tale. It's fake. He's not a part of her destiny with this Two of Cups. He's just not it. Let me see what is ahead of her. When she gets her strength together. I got this Queen of Cups here. It could be a water sign that helps her get out of this. I don't know what's her sister sign, but it could be about this Queen of Cups. Once this Queen of Cups gets settled, gets sure, stands up, once she becomes this Queen of Cups, then she'll be moving on. Or once she accepts this Queen of Cups, she'll be moving on. Or once this Queen of Cups comes to her, then she'll be moving on. But it's not meant for her to stay, and she knows that. She will be moving. She has to move. We're looking at another probably 6 to 7 months of this type of connection, or before it transitions into something else. There's an awakening that's happening around about the 7th month. So, 7 months from now, maybe. She's just there to be safe and to get some codependency until it's time for her to become or receive or accept this Queen of Cups. Now, when it comes to him, he the one has to do the majority of the work because he has the contract already with Naya. He has a contract with her. He has to close this out. He can become this Queen of Cups to get rid of her, to push her forward. He can become the Queen of Cups that helps this sister move forward. But whatever the case is, he is charged. He has a work to do. He has to close this out. No matter what, he has to. So let's see what type of things needs to be closed out. He has a responsibility. He has a job to close these chapters because he is the one that's involved in it's destined. Got Aquarius here. This is what needs to happen. He is in charge to close out. He's in charge of this. He has to release this. He has to release his mind. He cannot hold neither one of them hostage anymore spiritually. He has to look deep inside himself and release. There's something he needs to close. He made the close out with Aquarius and a Pisces. One of them could be these signs, but those things have to be closed out. He has to release these women. There's no way around it. And as I said before, he could be that Queen of Cups that helps her move forward. He has to do that. Once he becomes strong enough to do it, he has no other options. He cannot move to the next level. All right, so how long will he be okay with standing in line, waiting on his number to come up? And the number is getting farther and farther away if he don't release these women. He is responsible and accountable to release both of them. If he does not release both of them, he will be stuck. And he will hinder the lives of himself, the sister, and even that child. He has to do his duties and do this work. So, I was about to pull some cards on a child for some reason. I don't know why I thought about that, but I'll tell you what I just saw. I'm not going to do it, but I'll tell you what I just saw. I had just saw them showing it felt like it was too many emotions going on around the child. It felt like the child was overwhelmed by their emotions. Whether if it's too happy, too sad, just nervousness. It's like the child was being emotionally affected, or imbalanced or overwhelmed because of their twists and turns. How does a family feel about their living situation? I think that's a good question. We'll go with the sister and her family. How does her family feel about this family that they created? How do they feel? Oh, okay, so they want to take action on it too. They want them to make some changes as well. They're looking for them to do something new with the whole living situation. Um, yeah, they want things to change around too. Let me see if there's any legal things going on because I felt something legal right there. Let's see. Because I have the family wanting to take action. Oh, I don't think they can. Well, I don't feel like the rest of the family is even close enough to do it. I got a Virgo here that might take some leadership in this case. Well, in the case of them living together. But they don't like them living together. They want them to change things. They want them to uh, think of a new way to take care of him and the child in a positive way. That's what the family wants. The family wants to take action, but they don't feel like they close enough, or maybe they don't have the tools that it takes to be a part of this legally. But I do have a Virgo that may be in the family that may try to make some moves on this situation. Other than that, this is what I have. Okay, talk to you soon.